Hello, this is John Mason. How is everybody out there? I hope you enjoy your weekend. And this is the time I have to urge you. May 19th is election day in Pennsylvania. That's the primary election day. And I urge you all who are qualified to vote to vote. You've got to do it. It's not a whether I feel like it or not thing. You have to do it. You are voting or not voting for someone who is affecting how your society, how your neighborhoods are going to be operated, how they're going to be run, how your schools are going to be funded, how your roads and bridges and sanitation is going to be maintained, how your water is going to be maintained, how law enforcement is going to be maintained, and it's affected by the people we vote for. And if we don't vote at all, that is a vote. So I urge you, get out and vote. It's not a luxury. People have died for the right to vote, as hopefully you've learned of the Civil Rights Act, the Civil Rights Movement, where people died for the right of others to go out to the voting booth and push the levers and put in the ballot box and all. I urge you, you must vote. And I'd like to take this time to warn you about the Trans-Pacific Partnership. It's the very secret trade deal being negotiated in Washington. It would mean trade preferences to certain nations in the Pacific area. That these nations have very authoritarian governments and that repress their workers and don't allow them to organize unions. And these are the nations that corporations invest in. And how shall I say this? Our jobs are being exported from this country to other countries with these repressive regimes that don't allow workers to vote, that have the most abysmal human rights records, that working conditions are terrible, like a dozen or more hours a day, with very small pay. And the most terrible working and unsanitary, unhealthy working conditions. Just like it was over 100 years ago in this country. Those are the good old days, are conservative corporate types who like to bring us back to, advertising themselves as libertarians. And another little fact about it is what's called the investor-state dispute settlement system. That's a system where if a government passes a law that benefits its citizens, say puts a ban on smoking, or in certain areas, or puts a warning label on smoking, a tobacco company can sue that government at this anonymous tribunal full of corporate lawyer types. And then in this tribunal, the corporation can sue the government for billions of dollars presumably for the lost profits that this law would entail. It could be the government imposes a minimum wage law or a health and safety law. If a corporation thinks those kind of things eat into their profits, they can sue the government, billions of dollars. These unelected corporate lawyer types have veto power over the elected officials of the people of these governments. That's the bad thing. That's the thing we have to fight against. And so you see why electing the right people is important. You vote for these people who pass laws, who enforce laws that affect us, for good or bad. And I take this time also to say that I endorse wholeheartedly Bernie Sanders as President of the United States in the Democratic primary system. I believe that Bernie has the background, has the tenacity, the fortitude to be there for working people as he has in the past. The corporate dominance of our politics must be challenged and beaten down. And the only alternative to way to fight corporate cash is organized people power, like through, say, the unions. Yes, I'm a union man, proud to be a union man. And if you're a worker, I urge you to join a union. If your workplace doesn't have a union, find the appropriate union for the work site you have, and get in on it. If you're tired, there's an organization called Working America, workingamerica.org, and this is like a community-based support group for unions to bring the union message out to the people in the neighborhoods. It's for people who don't belong to any union whatsoever, like retirees. Okay, that's enough for now. I know I started a little bit, but I feel it in my heart. I don't script. I feel things in my heart. It comes from my heart, folks. Take care. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.